You didn't watch that and you're like, this is great, but you watched it and you're like, you feel like you're witnessing history. Like, this is amazing.
This guy's coming up 15 pounds, and to do what he did to the current champion is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah. He is in the conversation of the greatest fighter that's ever lived.
Okay.
And a couple of random wins, and he could push John Jones out.
Really? Let's just start off with the main event. It obviously wasn't what you expected, or maybe it was what you expected.
So it was I definitely thought Islam was going to win. It was certainly wider than I thought. I didn't think he was going to dominate, but obviously he did. I wouldn't say that fight sucked. So I wouldn't say it was not entertaining in like the traditional sense. It was exactly like the Khamzat Chimaev DDP fight. You didn't watch that and you were like, this is great, but you watched it and you're like, you feel like you're witnessing history. Like, this is amazing. Like, I can't believe how crazy this is right now. So it's not quite what I expected. I did expect him to win, but just the sheer domination opens the door for a million conversations and stuff like that. So it was nice to watch.
Yeah, look, obviously my comment section blew up with just nothing but haters. This is boring. I said, look, you guys, even if Islam wasn't my guy, even if he wasn't my boy, even if it wasn't someone that I was like truly cheering for, I would feel the same way. This guy's coming up 15 pounds, and to do what he did to the current champion is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
Because you had the flip of the coin, right? In the co-main event, it was the complete opposite. You had someone who was at that weight class that dominated the smaller fighter. So I felt like everyone was like, oh, Islam just doing what he normally does. Yeah, doing it to a guy who's 15 pounds heavier, not really 15 pounds heavier, but has been used to fighting 15 pounds heavier and is the current champion.
Yeah, he made I don't want to say he made history because he's not the first person to win 2 belts, but we watched something very important happen. So I'm cool with it. Cool with it.
What do you mean by that?
Because now he is in the conversation of the greatest fighter that's ever lived.
Okay.
And a couple of random wins, and he could push John Jones out.
Really?
I mean, what more does he need to do? He dominated and cleaned out an entire division, moved up. He needs to win a couple more, right? He needs to win a couple. But after last night, who the hell at welterweight's going to beat him? Who? Nobody. It's just like 85. Who the hell is going to beat Khamzat? So it's like he literally could win as many fights as he wants and then retire, and then we could have this conversation.
Yeah, you got Sean Brady's going to drop. You have Shavkat in there. Leon's going to drop. Kamaru Usman's there. You have Ian Gary, and you've got Michael Morales. And you've got Pratis that's there too. Look, all of them are very dangerous. All of them.
Correct, but he did strike more than he normally does, but there's no danger when he's just diving at legs immediately.
When the takedowns come so easy, I don't blame him.
I know. I'm not insulting him.
Yeah.
That wasn't this fight sucks. I'm like, literally, where's the danger if you're just instantly taking people down? There's not like a 170-pound BJJ Savage. And even if there is, they're not going to catch him.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, I take away from what he was talking about. I go, hey, he's calling out Kamaru Usman, which is crazy because they're both managed by Ali. And I was thinking to myself, like, they've been around.
Ali gets paid 2 times. That's why.
Yeah, you could say that, but also too, it causes a little bit of a rift somewhat in the mix because Islam also wanted to fight Justin Gaethje, who's also managed by Ali. There was this back and forth battle, and like, do we want to have them fight? You, as a manager, you don't want your guys to fight each other, because it does cause a little bit of a rift. But I think in this situation, like, you have Kamaru Usman, who's been very clear. I want to just get one more shot and crack at the title. If I can win it, I'll try to win it. I also like what Islam has said. He's basically, people consider him to be the GOAT at that weight class at 170. I want to fight that guy. We know that for me, it's GSP, and nothing against Kamaru Usman. I think I would put GSP and then I put Kamaru Usman. So it's not like I have him very far behind. Yeah. Literally, it's like, I just look at how long that GSP did it. He had his one loss to Matt Serra, and that's it. I put GSP there. That's it. But I like what Islam is saying. I want to fight the guy who people consider to be the best to ever do it at that weight class, and I want to do him first.
I don't think Kamaru Usman has any business in a title fight. He's 1-3 in his last 4.
Yeah, but he's got a win over Buckley recently. It was very dominant. It was a very dominant fight.
But look at so Michael Morales just had a dominant fight. Next weekend, Ian Gary may have a dominant fight. Pratis just had a dominant fight. I get he's a former world champion, and I get we're running out of time. Like, if he doesn't do it now, when the hell is he going to do it?
Yeah.
he has less than no chance against Islam.
Oh,
Less than no
wow.
chance. What's he gonna do? We watched how easily Hamzat out wrestled him.
A guy.
Hamzat tossed his ass around. No,
in the first round, and then
he got tired. Is Islam going to get tired?
Kamaru Usman took him down.
He didn't take him down.
I believe he did. I believe he did.
I
think he took him down in the third round.
I think there were. I don't think. I'm not.
Maybe you can pull that up while I'm
UFC stats. I don't think Usman's or Hamzat's ever been taken down.
Really?
I could be wrong.
I believe he lost a takedown to Usman. I could be wrong, but I believe so. But man, look, regardless of the situation, I think Kamaru Usman is the guy that would be the toughest guy for Islam, I think, in that weight class. I had Sean Brady being that guy as well because of the grappling and the ability to grapple. But I mean, we saw with Sean struggled to get close the distance and get in on the legs. You know, it didn't even seem like he was making the effort to get in on the legs. He stood too much. Anyways, we'll get into that fight later. Let's just talk strictly about Islam and JDM. What was your takeaway from the fight? Let's break the fight down, and then we'll match these two guys up on who's next and what's next for them.
Yeah, I mean, so Islam was out striking him and out wrestling him. Like he literally beat him everywhere. There was one single exchange. It might have been the third round, I forget, where Islam was like in a clinch situation and JDM just like lit up the body, went to the uppercuts, threw a nice combination. Islam was completely unaffected. That guy didn't give it. He didn't react. He didn't care. He didn't even let go of the exchange. He didn't desperately shoot. He didn't care at all. Like it was crazy. His lack of like, there's a combination coming my way. So it was just such a dominant fight in every single aspect of MMA. That's a huge step back for JDM. Like he'll never be world champion again.
Oh, wow.
How's he going to close that gap?
Those are strong words.
He can't close that gap. That was just, he had zero success. Zero.
Yeah. I mean, I think what like Islam said it in the post-fight interview is like, look, we understood he's got one, maybe two escapes, and he goes to that well on those escapes every single time where he kind of comes all the way through on the half guard and then kind of like sits back over you and kind of rolls you to your back and causes a scramble. That's how he gets to his feet. They just drilled on defending that. You know, I was those 2 days I was there in Jersey with them. I just saw them kind of just slowly going through the motions, and it was just kind of like just repetition, small little things. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Very nice. I do want to get into what you said though about the clinch work and the JDM, lighten him up on that body work a little bit and come over the top. That Thai plum, I hate that Thai plum for Islam only because he's so talented. He's so good. I hate when he tries to do that because it is just common habit for a fighter's chin to come up in the air as they try to pull the head down. They try to get their body up and over them. And when they do that, their chin goes up and over the head. And that's when those overhand rights come. And it just absolutely drives me crazy. I know you'd hate to see someone get caught in the exchange like that and trying to control the head. And he got hit with some good shots and it didn't affect him at all. I honestly believe at 170 pounds, he's actually where he should be in terms of his weight class. He looked fantastic. He wasn't breathing hard. His cardio looked great. He looked so relaxed, so composed. And now I know it's easy to say that because you're dominating the fight. But when people are so afraid of your takedowns and you can do it from anywhere in the clinch, in the single leg to the double leg, that first takedown came so fluidly, snatched a single, sat up, gave him a clothesline straight out of the WWE and sat him to his butt and then right to the half guard position. He looked absolutely fantastic. I really don't think there's anywhere else you can go with Islam. It's either they're going to be Ilia Topuria for the money fight or, I think it's going to be Kamaru Usman. I really believe it's going to be Kamaru Usman because of the fact that they would like to give Kamaru his due. He just beat Buckley. That's one. Two is Islam's chasing the legacy. He wants to fight the guy that has the best record or whatever is people consider to be the greatest of all time in the welterweight division. He wants that fight while he can still get it. Then he can fight the other guys. I personally think he's going to end up with the Ilia fight, though, to be honest.
Maybe I just have a recency bias. That was so dominant. I don't think Ilia beats him either. Like, I don't know who the hell beats him. I think Usman is literally, of all the Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, maybe Ian Gary, depending what happens next week. Usman is the worst of all of them, and not the worst skill-wise, not the worst fighter, not just the worst in that his age, the style. He's a wrestler who's not the better wrestler. Like, how is he going to win that fight? So, and I get your point, like, oh, let me beat the longtime legend, all that. But when John Jones fought Stipe Miocic, did anybody care? You know what I mean? Was there any question at all? Like, that's the greatest heavyweight. No, like he's 42 years old. Who cares?
That's different though. You're fighting a 42-year-old guy who is 3 years off. There's a big
the 3 years off was
and you're supposed to be considered the greatest of all time, right? Literally handpicking the guy who's 42 years old, who had 3 years off. Kamaru Usman just come off for a fantastic win over Buckley, who I was questioning. I was like, Buckley's gonna be too fast. Buckley's good at movement. He got dominated. He got dominated by Kamaru Usman, and Kamaru Usman was able to wrestle and take him down. I mean, outside of Leon catching him in that body lock to the takedown, Kamaru Usman doesn't get taken down. He got taken down by Khamzat Chimaev, which we've seen is probably the best wrestler right now in the sport outside of Islam. Those two guys together.
Yeah, and he's notably bigger than I mean, if they do Usman next, I'm not going to complain. Like, you know, there's the exciting part is he's a brand new champion. There's a lot of matchups to make, and I'm okay with any of them. Right? I think he dominates all of them.
No,
if you don't do, I don't know who would give him problems. Like, not a wrestler, a 38-year-old wrestler in Usman who's not as good of a wrestler. Michael Morales is the only one we can debate because we haven't seen him lose.
Yeah.
So we don't know. Like, we haven't seen it. That's the only debate we could have, because I've seen Usman get out wrestled. I've seen Carlos Prates get out wrestled. I've seen Ian Gary get taken down relatively. I have not seen Michael Morales get out wrestled.
Mm-hmm. Though the way that I see if Islam and Usman were to wrestle or to fight is that the flexibility from Kamaru Usman is just not there. And if you take a look at how, like I said, that Islam wrestles, it's a lot of tree topping with the single leg. The flexibility's got to be there. And I think at the age that Kamaru Usman is, make it very difficult. Now, he's also very good when you get on the single, was covering the head, smashing, getting the wizard, keeping the leg smashed down. He's good at defending that position really well. So if I'm going to put someone in that mix, I really honestly believe he's probably the toughest matchup because of his wrestling ability.